the Smart Current Affairs program for the Mains 2024. With more than 25 questions coming directly from our classes and our handouts from the current affairs section, let's have a look at another very interesting example. Now, this is an example, this is a question which I've taken from GS4, the ethics paper. Now, usually you do not look for current affairs questions in the ethics paper, right? But why I've taken this particular question is that, so this question is on artificial intelligence and what are the ethical issues in using AI in administration for making the decisions, right? So actually we took this topic of artificial intelligence in the classes, right? And we discussed various dimensions of AI in the classes. For example, the application of AI in education, the application of AI in the healthcare sector, the application of AI in the cyber warfare sector, cyber security, all those dimensions we discussed, because that is what usually we would predict the UPSC to ask question. But there was a discussion also, and I took up this topic in the class about AI's regulation. So there is this thing going on in the world about regulating the AI. And there we discussed the various ethical principles which should guide AI. Right? We discussed about the Niti Aayog's recommendation. We discussed about the recommendation of various international organizations and conferences on how to regulate AI and what are the ethical issues with respect to AI. And you can see it over here. We have discussed that in the handouts as well. We have mentioned what are the challenges coming in for AI, what are the challenges with respect to AI, and we discussed the ethical dilemmas and the ethical challenges as well. We gave you multiple examples as well with respect to this particular topic. All right, and that is where the beauty of the classes and the beauty of the handout comes in. That is where the beauty of this program comes in, and that's what makes us happy, that we could help the students, right, in approaching the examination and in catching the exact topic and the exact dimensions with respect to the mains examination. Okay, let's take up another question, and I've taken another question from the ethics paper again. Ethics is not a paper where you usually look for current affairs reflections. But again, I've taken this particular paper and I very fondly remember, very beautifully I remember when we were discussing this topic in the class. So this topic is nothing but global warming, that is climate change, right? And the interaction with human and the interaction with the economy and other dimensions. So we have basically two broad aims to fulfill. On one side, we have to fulfill our energy demands, and on the other side, we have to fulfill our climate goals. So this year's economic survey, there were two chapters with respect to climate change and environment, chapter number 6 and chapter number 13. Okay, so when we were discussing about this particular chapter number 13 specifically, so there were so many ethical principles which were given in economic survey which should be applied directly to the environment sector, right? So you must have heard about the mission life which Prime Minister Modi, our respected Prime Minister Modi has launched it, right? Mission life, which is lifestyle for environment. So I discussed in the class that these are the principles which economic survey has given, which have to be applied in the domain of environment. And I told them probably this question will not come in GS 1, 2, 3, it might come in GS 4. So at that point of time, it was just a reflection, just a extrapolation that maybe this question can be asked in GS4, and there it is. UPSC has asked this question in GS4. I'm really happy that we discussed the entire question, everything about it in the classes, right?